Welcome back to Trending Update USA. This is Steffan, and today we're diving deep into one of the most anticipated questions of the tennis preseason as fans around the world count down to the Australian Open. Where are Coco Gauff, Novak Djokovic, Emma Raducanu, and Amanda Anisimova playing before the first Grand Slam of the year? And what do the full entry lists for the United Cup, Adelaide, and Brisbane tell us about early storylines, rivalries, and form heading into Melbourne? As the tennis calendar resets and players return with fresh goals, new coaching dynamics, and renewed pressure, the lead-up tournaments in Australia are once again setting the tone for everything that follows. The Australian summer swing has become more than just warm-up events. For the biggest names in tennis, these tournaments are strategic battlegrounds. Some players are hunting match rhythm, others are testing fitness after long off-seasons, and a few are already sending warning signs to the rest of the field. The United Cup, Brisbane International, and Adelaide International together create a layered build-up, blending team competition, ranking points, and high-quality opposition. This year's entry lists are stacked, and the choices made by stars like Coco Gauff, Novak Djokovic, Emma Raducanu, and Amanda Anisimova reveal a lot about their confidence, priorities, and expectations heading into the Australian Open. Coco Gauff begins her season with enormous attention following her rapid evolution into one of the most complete players on the WTA Tour. Her decision to feature in the United Cup reflects both her growing leadership role for Team USA and her desire to start the year in a competitive environment that mirrors the intensity of Grand Slam tennis. The United Cup's mixed team format allows Gauff to play meaningful singles matches while also feeding off national pride and team energy, something she has consistently said brings out her best tennis. For Gauff, this event isn't just about shaking off rust, it's about setting a standard. Facing top-ranked opponents in the opening week forces immediate sharpness, especially on serve and return, two areas she has worked relentlessly to refine. Team USA's United Cup lineup is one of the deepest in the field, and Gauff's presence anchors the women's side. With elite competition expected from nations like Poland, Italy, Australia, and Greece, Gauff is likely to see early tests that simulate Australian Open pressure. The hard courts, the heat, and the intensity all serve as a dress rehearsal. From there, Gauff's schedule typically allows flexibility depending on how deep her United Cup run goes, but the early focus is clear: start fast, build confidence, and arrive in Melbourne already battle-hardened. Novak Djokovic, meanwhile, approaches the Australian summer with a very different kind of legacy at stake. Melbourne has long been his kingdom, and every season begins with the same question: can anyone stop him on these courts? Djokovic's decision to play the Brisbane International once again underscores his belief in building rhythm through match play rather than relying solely on practice blocks. Brisbane offers him conditions that closely resemble Melbourne while providing enough top-tier opposition to sharpen his timing without overloading his body. The Brisbane entry list features a strong mix of established contenders and rising threats, making it an ideal proving ground. Djokovic has historically used Brisbane to fine-tune his return game and baseline consistency, two elements that become devastatingly effective by the time the Australian Open begins. His presence also transforms the tournament itself, drawing attention, packed crowds, and an elevated level of play from everyone in the draw. Younger players see Brisbane as a rare opportunity to measure themselves against the sport's ultimate benchmark, while Djokovic treats it as a controlled environment to test form, fitness, and focus. Emma Raducanu's preseason schedule carries a different emotional weight. For her, the Australian swing is about rebuilding momentum and confidence after seasons interrupted by injuries and inconsistency. Raducanu is set to open her year in Brisbane, where the competitive field offers both opportunity and risk. The Brisbane International provides her with high-quality matches without the immediate pressure of a Grand Slam spotlight, allowing her to focus on process rather than results. Raducanu's name alone draws attention, but Brisbane offers her something arguably more important: clarity. Early matches will show where her game stands physically and mentally. Her movement, serve rhythm, and ability to extend rallies will be under scrutiny, not just from fans but from herself and her team. Depending on how Brisbane unfolds, Raducanu may continue into Adelaide, a tournament known for its intensity and deep draws. Adelaide's proximity to Melbourne makes it a popular final tune-up, and for Raducanu, it could be the bridge between rebuilding and belief. Amanda Anisimova enters the Australian summer with renewed purpose and a hunger to reassert herself among the WTA elite. She is also listed for Brisbane, where her explosive ground strokes and aggressive court positioning can be especially effective on the faster hard courts. Anisimova has long been viewed as a player capable of beating anyone on her day, and Brisbane offers her a stage to convert potential into momentum. Early season tournaments are crucial for players like Anisimova, who thrive on rhythm and confidence, and a strong showing can dramatically alter her Australian Open outlook. The United Cup entry list reads like a global showcase. Team USA headlines with Coco Gauff, while Poland brings star power led by Iga Swiatek, creating the possibility of blockbuster clashes even before Melbourne. Australia's home team adds another layer of intensity, with local favourites eager to make a statement on home soil. Serbia's presence naturally draws attention with Djokovic's leadership, while nations like Greece, Italy, and Spain add depth and unpredictability. The team format encourages bold tactics and emotional investment, often producing dramatic swings that mirror Grand Slam tension. Brisbane's entry list is equally compelling on the men's side. Alongside Djokovic, several top-ranked players and dangerous floaters are expected, creating a draw that offers no easy matches. For the women, Brisbane blends established stars with comeback stories and rising talents, making it one of the most balanced fields of the preseason. Adelaide, known for its compact schedule and intense atmosphere, often becomes the final proving ground. Players who skip Brisbane frequently choose Adelaide, while others double up depending on workload and form. What makes these entry lists so fascinating is how they reveal strategy. Players confident in their fitness often choose to play more matches, while those managing recovery opt for targeted appearances. Gauff's United Cup commitment shows confidence and ambition. Djokovic's Brisbane choice reflects trust in routine and preparation. Raducanu's Brisbane and possible Adelaide path highlights a step-by-step rebuild. Anisimova's Brisbane entry signals readiness to compete immediately. As the Australian Open looms, these tournaments are not just warm-ups. They are narratives in motion. Upsets here can shift expectations, while dominant performances can send shockwaves through the locker room. Fans watching closely will see early clues about form, resilience, and belief. Who is serving with confidence? Who is moving freely? Who is handling pressure when matches tighten in the heat? By the time the tour arrives in Melbourne, the storylines will already be rich. The United Cup will have tested teamwork and leadership. Brisbane will have exposed strengths and vulnerabilities. Adelaide will have delivered final confirmations or lingering doubts. Coco Gauff, Novak Djokovic, Emma Raducanu, and Amanda Anisimova all arrive on Australian soil with different goals, but they share the same destination, peaking when it matters most. As always, the road to the Australian Open is as compelling as the destination itself. Every match played in these lead-up events adds a chapter to the season's opening story. And as fans, we get the privilege of watching it all unfold, point by point, long before the first ball is struck under the bright lights of Rod Laver Arena.